Alright boys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I will be giving you guys the top 5 defensive pro tips you need to be implementing into your game right now in Madden NFL 25. Alright boys, starting off, I want to talk about a new mechanic this year in Madden NFL 25, which is the switch stick. To switch stick inside of Madden 25, all you do is move your right stick post snap in the direction of whoever you want to switch onto. If you play FIFA, you are probably very familiar with this mechanic. Two things to know. First off, you can't be in a blitz. For example, if I take my player right here and I put him in a blitz, I can no longer switch stick. The second thing, if you switch stick onto someone who is in a blitz, you cannot switch stick onto anyone else. So if you are planning on switch sticking, you want to make sure you are in just some type of zone. It doesn't really matter what type, just some type of zone. Where switch sticking is very useful would be, for example, if I'm setting up a loop blitz down here and I'm trying to run back, right? But I'm not able to get back in time, I get engaged with the blocker and I see a corner developing out on this side of the field. I can move my right stick in the direction of where the corner will be and I can get there to save the day. I will show you guys that right now. For example, I can switch stick up, and you can see right there I'm able to switch stick up and onto that linebacker. One more time in replay mode, you can see I start off down low, then I take control of this linebacker right here. One more time, I start down low, right here I switch stick up to him, and you can see me start to run with him. This is also good. You can see even right here for kind of guarding those seams. Some of that stuff that might be killing, you don't always need to make crazy zone adjustments. You can learn to switch stick. The next thing I do want to talk about with switch sticking is how you can get better at using it. It is a mechanic a lot of people struggle with using, and sadly it is kind of one of those mechanics you just need to get used to using. My suggestion would be playing defense and going into a game mode that you don't really care about, and all you want to do is get used to, you could in practice mode and do this, but just get used to switch sticking all around your defense for a few games. Figure out kind of where you need to press in certain directions to go onto certain players, and get a sense and get a feel for how the mechanic is used. If you can learn it and you can master it, it will make your defense unstoppable. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the different types of zones. We have two types of zones really that we want to be using when it comes to our outside corners. We want to be using flats and we want to be using cloud flats. Flats will cover like the true underneath stuff. They will play off the line a little bit, but they'll mainly cover those drags, slants, short speed outs, a lot of that stuff, short out routes, short ins that are crossing the field. They will also pick up to an extent. Cloud flats, however, will pick up more of your speed out, 10 or 15 yards back. They'll pick up a lot of that stuff more. Same thing with some of your crossers. They will tend to pick up more of your crosser type route. If you're really struggling to pick something up and someone keeps killing you with the same thing over and over, you could turn zone drops on. Personally though, I like just playing flats and cloud flats. And one quick pointer I learned with flats and cloud flats. If you are, let's say, just in flats, you can shade up and get cloud flats, or if you are in curl flats, you can shade down then up and get cloud flats as well. Very useful tip, so then you do not need to manually press triangle 2 times, press the corners button, and then put him in the right zone. From there, really every other zone I'm okay with. It's really personal preference. One zone that is pretty decent if someone is beating with the seam is a vert hook. You can see right there, I can go ahead and do that. If I wanted to on this side, I could as well, I'm pretty sure. I should go ahead and just do that. It's not letting me right now, but you can see he's in a middle read. But very mainly outside corners, cloud flats and flats. Shade down, shade up for cloud flats, shade down for flats. That's all that's to it. The next thing I'm going to talk about are the best formations you can be in inside of Madden Ultimate Team. And I'm also going to teach you guys how to set up a Now I'm going to teach you guys how to set up one of the best coverage schemes in Madden Ultimate Team called a double Mabel. This is a little bit outdated compared to past years, but I am going to move my webcam over here so you guys can see what I'm doing on the left. More or less, you're going to set your flats to about 15 or 20, and then your curl flats to about 5. We're going to go out into the play. Right now I'm in the Steelers book. As long as your book has 2-3, you should be able to come out in this play. Let's see where it's at. It should be down here somewhere. Or is it, yeah, 2-3 will. 2-3 wheel. We're going to come out in DB Fire 2. All you're going to do, guys, is you're going to go ahead and shade underneath to get flats. Then you're going to go ahead and put the your blitzers into curl flats. And now we will cover the outside of the field underneath and the outside of the field further back. This always works very well in my experience. It is not the best defense if you're just trying to get pressure, but if someone is killing you with corner routes, someone is killing you with all that stuff, don't be afraid to run a double Mabel, bag it up, and get it good. Another thing you can also do is QB contain if need be. If someone is trying to run on you, that of course always works well as well. So a possible setup you could do would be something like this. And then you can always let these vert hooks play, and then this is where being able to switch stick well comes in handy. If I'm over here and there's something developing on the left side or vice versa, I can quickly switch stick over to the other vert hook and get that thing bagged up. Now I want to talk about red zone defense inside of Madden Ultimate Team. This is something I see a lot of people struggle with, but there's no reason why you cannot stop people in the red zone. I know it might be daunting to some of you, but trust me, this is very simple. Instead of overthinking it and going into some crazy 4-3, 4-4, whatever you want to call it, play it simple. Trust me, play it simple and go into something like a Tampa 2. I know this sounds pretty insane, but trust me when I say this, Tampa 2 with these adjustments will bag people more than anything you've done before. All we're going to do is shade down, then we're going to go ahead and shade up, and then we get our cloud flats there on the outside. These cloud flats are perfect for the red zone because they will play down below, but they will also play further back. One personal adjustment I love doing is actually putting X and triangle, both our high safeties, in vert hooks, especially if someone is down in this part of the field, or hook curls. Then normally I like taking my other linebacker and I put him in a QB spot, and I will move myself back over. But then I put the other one in a QB spy. So the setup kind of looks like this. You have these two guys kind of in the seams. You have these two. This guy also in the seam. You have these two kind of covering this outside general area over here. And a little bit further back. Just watch this back corner if it does seem like someone is going to run a corner route up and over there. Outside of that, really it's your job just to cover this true middle of the field. You have the QB spy there for a very good reason. He should be able to bag anything the dude tries to run up the middle with the quarterback, which does happen a ton. Then of course, as always, you can go ahead and QB contain, which I highly suggest down in the red zone. It will definitely come in handy. And then from there, really all we're going to do is just let our opponent play. Anything down the seam, anything for the most part should be bagged. You can see right there, there is nothing open, and we're going to do a replay of that because it was completely bagged. And what I did as well was choose a high meta play for the offense to run. This is a play you'll see people run a ton. It is inside it is switch spacing inside of gun, and it is that play where very often you probably get beat by this route that is heading outward. And if you don't get beat by that, then you probably get beat by one of these hooks between these two guys right here, or someone kills you with the slant on the left side. Well, watch how this play goes. They snap the ball, and instantly you can see right here, and instantly you can see our guys play this back very well. You see our vert hook step up, and onto that right there, you see our guys in the middle stack the middle of the field. You see our cloud flat follow this out, making sure it's not open, and most importantly, out of anything else, you see right here, Joey Porter, he follows this the whole way out. If that's thrown, that is a pick, and that is normally the deadliest route on that entire play. He guarded it well. All of these hooks were guarded, and our quarterback contain made it so he had nowhere to go, and the quarterback had to throw it away. Very high level defense, yet very simple. If you're not doing something like that, please start doing it. The last thing I want to talk about is, in my opinion, more important than any in-game adjustment you can make inside of Madden. It is something that happens to me a ton, and it is your mentality while playing defense. Us Madden players, we get used to having games where, you kill someone 14-0, first quarter, they're out, they quit. So in the second you get into a game where, it's 7-7, maybe your opponent's good, it's a tied game, 14-14, or you're down 7 points, we instantly start choking. At least I know myself, I won't speak for all you, but odds are you start to get frustrated, you start to change up your defense a ton, move a bunch of stuff around, decide it is not working. Instead, the thing I found that works better than looking up all these different schemes, then going ahead and trying all these different adjustments, all these different plays on defense while you're in a game. The thing I found that works the absolute best is sitting there taking a deep breath and saying, what simple adjustment can I do to stop this one route? Every game is a learning experience. Let's say someone is out in 4 verts. They keep getting the seams open. They only throw the seams. You know the outside routes are covered, but they can only get the seams on you. Then you probably want to say, what can I do just to stop the seams? Let me just think here. Because we get too used to saying, well, surely I need to call a different play. Instead of just saying, let me go ahead and put out some vert hooks, do a QB contain, and see if it bags it. If it bags it, you found your answer. Keep developing, keep getting better. Defenses in real life give up a lot of points. You giving up 7 points in your Madden game is not surprising at all. Please keep calling the same plays. Keep adapting to your opponent. Please keep trying to learn defense inside of Madden. If you can just stay consistent in being willing to make adjustments and being willing to learn from your mistakes and review your gameplay, review what was killing you in a certain game, even if you get frustrated, that's fine, but be willing to learn what was killing you in that last game of Madden that the defense didn't work. Review your gameplay footage. Maybe you were doing a loop and you weren't bumping your left guard and you thought you were. Maybe you don't know why the seam was open. It turns out you weren't actually audibling to a vert hook, you were doing a flat. Stuff like that will win you a lot more games than any adjustment I have shown you in today's video. Anything like that will carry you a lot further inside of this game than any adjustment or any other advice someone can give you. So please keep that in mind as you play. And with that said, I hope you all did enjoy today's video. Discord link in the bio, coin making, and schemes down in that Discord. With that said, I will see you all in the next video.